Good morning all and welcome to the Derby City Council Personnel Committee meeting. It's Thursday the 30th of January 2025, 10:33 now. For the sake of clarity, I'll go around the table as usual and we'll all explain who we are and what capacity. I'm John Evans, Ulverston Councillor, Chair of the meeting.
Saki Bami, Councillor of Ladies Ward.
Councillor Jonathan Smale, Stolman Ward.
Councillor Jane Mulhall, Oakwood Ward.
Councillor Alison Holmes, Wicklow Ward.
Councillor Goldfred Noaz, Arlington Ward.
Tanya Penny, the Organisational Development Manager.
Good morning, Carl Ward, Occupational Health and Wellbeing Manager.
Morning, Liz Moore, Head of Child Wellbeing.
Good morning, Paul Mine, Legal Services, Legal Advice. Jack Roberts, Temporary Services Officer.
Thank you. The first item is apologies. I've received two. Councillor Plonser, the Deputy Chair of this meeting, has given apologies. She's not attending. And Adele Apple normally participates in these meetings. And again, it's very rarely not here. I don't know if there are any others. No, that wasn't big, thank you. Late items, there are none. Introduced by the Chair. Okay. Declarations of interest. Do we have any declarations of interest prior to the items agenda? No, no declarations of interest. Right, straight to item 4. Minutes of the meeting held on the 21st of November 2024. I can go through the pages if we want, and anybody stop me and comment if they've got anything. Page 1, page 2, 6, 3, 4, page 5, and page 6. Can I take it that's a true record of what there and then took place? Thank you. Second, by Jamie Moore. Thank you. Right, on to the better items then. Item 5, colleague health and wellbeing update and Q3 24-25 attendance management. Liz, I believe you're leading on it.
I am, thank you, Chair. So myself and Carl will take the committee through this report. So as the committee will know, this is one of our regular reports that we bring and provide an update on our performance on attendance management for Q3 and also the great work that we're continuing to do with the council in terms of colleague health and wellbeing. So the recommendations which we'll come back to, but for the committee to note the recently enhanced colleague wellbeing offer with Joined Up Care Derbyshire, and also to note the council's attendance management performance for Q3 of 3.59 FTE days lost, and currently a forecast of 12.87 FTE days lost for the financial year. But perhaps if I'll hand over to Carl briefly to provide an update on wellbeing, and we'll come back to the weekend.
Sure.
Thanks, Chair.
Okay, she's fine.
So morning everyone, great to be back to the Occupational Health and Wellbeing update and approach. So as usual, just run through the notes. So occupational health service at 4.2 is on track against service level agreements, delivering appointments within 15 days of a receipt of referral from manager. As you all know, an integral part of our wellbeing offer is the Employee Assistance Programme, which is externally hosted and colleagues can access information about 24 hours. So our latest management information data set tells us that since the launch in July, colleagues have been engaged with a new provider and we've seen substantial interactions, as I mentioned last committee meeting. And we now have the full stats for July to December 2024. So the anonymised data from the supplier shows us we've had 256 calls into the EAP helpline. We've had a total of 96 counselling sessions that have been attended on that period. We have 498 users of the phone app, of which 272 are daily users, which is a great statistic. Really, really pleased with that promotion that we've done because it's on the go. It's in your hand. We do not have up-to-date data on this due to a change in reporting app usage, so that'll be similar to last committee, but the next update is due very shortly, February 2025, so I'll update you during the next committee meeting. And the 3 top reasons reported were anxiety, number 1, low mood 2, and bereavement support, and that's not changed since the first data I reported to the committee. From the 96 counselling sessions, the anonymised data shows 32% was work-related and 68% of the reasons for this counselling was personal reasons. There's been a slight increase in work-related issues, although we do not have the reasons for this currently. That will come through in the February data. The above usage data is very encouraging for the first half of the year and indicates that the communication channels and roadshows used were highly effective, as I explained last time. As discussed last committee meeting, a further significant development is that the council now has access to the Joined Up Care Derbyshire Wellbeing offer with our partners from the NHS, and that was effective from the 1st of September. So council colleagues now have full access to the Joined Up Care Derbyshire Wellbeing timetable, which provides a wealth of workshops, webinars, courses, clubs, activities, and dedicated colleague support cafes, which all colleagues can access. The timetable consists of over 250 support sessions each month and is delivered daily, Monday to Friday, by the Joined Up Care Derbyshire's highly trained health improvement advisors. Monthly events and clubs also take place over the weekends, and sessions are delivered virtually and or face-to-face across various locations, helping support our colleagues, because we understand that everyone can take time out to view these, so we've got an on-demand library. Since the launch of the 1st of September, seen a positive reaction to the support package. So September, which I've already explained in October, last committee, 155 and 197 bookings respectively. November, we saw 173, and then December, we've seen a decrease to 71. And that is usual with any wellbeing activities around Christmas time with leave and holidays, etc. So we do normally see a slump in December. So a total, which is really positive, since 1st of September, 596 bookings have been made and only 12 cancellations, so 584 attended sessions. Popular bookings include desk stretches for, so MSK for neck and posture health, lower back stretch and strengthening, mobilise and stretch, emotional freedom techniques, which is really popular, we've seen a big increase in that, and the breathing room. So breathing techniques, stress, anxiety related. Also, which is really positive, our online channel demand analytics below refers to data from the digital channels to understand colleague demand. So these are sessions that people have gone on to after they maybe attended a session or they couldn't get to a session. They've gone back to visit the video library, a suite of offer we've got. This data covers the app and workshops available online, which can be accessed at any time and on the go. And as you can see, the on-demand data is September 411, October 462, November 311, and December 243. The team have attended and carried out a total of 83 sessions on site. This could be in the form of anything from workshop requests or just get to know us what the service offers, and drop in sessions too. And this, I must say, is a big part of the engagement we're doing now over the next few months. So I look forward to the committee at the next meeting. And in addition, which I hope you'll all agree, we've made the support available to our councillors, recognising the hard work you do for the city. So we've made that available to you. So that will be going through Alex in Democratic Services. So happy to take any questions at the end. Just pass over to Liz.
Thanks, Carl. So following on in section 4.3, just to provide the update to committee about the attendance management performance for quarter 3. And as you can see, and as I mentioned earlier, the council's performance for quarter 3 is 3.59 FTE days lost, with the year-end forecast of 12.87 FTE. If we look at the same quarter last year, quarter 3 last year, it's only a very slight increase. It's 3.33 FTE days last year, quarter 3. This year we're at 3.5. And you can see from the table at 4.3 performance across the 3 directorates and the year-end forecast. So again, this is just the forecast of the year-end. We won't know the actual outturn until post the end of March. So what have we been continuing to do since the last committee? Well, we've been continuing in the HR service to share an attendance dashboard with each head service that's relevant to their service area. And the dashboard includes other information as well as absence reasons, starters and leaders information turning. And those services which are over target, because the council's target is 10.5 FTE days lost, those services that are currently over target have action plans in place where the heads of service and managers are working to ensure that they're providing supportive attendance management and consistent attendance management in team. We're also working at the moment to provide an attendance management dashboard for our corporate leadership team, which will provide some high-level information so that then directors can take that and be working with their relevant heads of service. If you can see from the report, we've indicated the top 3 reasons for absence in quarter 3. That's stress and anxiety, number 1, musculoskeletal, number 2, and operations and post-operative recovery, number 3. And you'll also see that stress and anxiety and musculoskeletal show a downward trend since quarter 1. So the quarter 3 figure is coming down on stress and anxiety and musculoskeletal. Conversely, operations and post-operative recovery shows an increase through the quarters. Now, we don't know exactly why this is, but it could be that obviously during the pandemic, the NHS couldn't necessarily provide all the routine operations that it would normally. So it's an assumption we're making, but it's possible that it could be an increase in relation to that. But also as part of our wellbeing offer, and you've heard from Carl there talking about things like posture and neck stretches at work and so on. We're still keen to continue to support colleagues, obviously, for whatever reason they may be away with their health. And we also are focusing on looking at how we can encourage colleagues, if they're waiting for surgery, to plan well as well as they can for that surgery and to support them through their post-operative recovery. And we've also been carrying out a review of the absence codes, the reasons why people are away from work due to health. And we're trying to align those absence codes also with some of the wellbeing offer that we have, so that we can, if we've got a particular spike of absence or high level of absence for a particular reason, we can also try and target and align some of our wellbeing offer to help support in that area. Thank you. That's
Thanks, Liz. And just back up what Liz has been saying around the attendance management project, that is, we're now in the engagement phase around the wellbeing offer, where we can trends and support directly into services where we can have an impact. So again, future focus and focus remains throughout the remainder of 2024 is to launch our wellbeing strategy as part of our people strategy. And that will form an integral part of the council people strategy, including the partnership with Join Up Care Derbyshire. Colleague wellbeing is one of the key work streams from our people and culture programme. Our prevention focused wellbeing approach supports our vision of ensuring that health and wellbeing is embedded in doing. I put this on every committee because it's really important we do that and we don't deviate from that. Our focus over the next few months will be to develop and launch the Wellbeing Champion Network. We've had some really good progress and some interest so far, so hopefully update on that at the next committee. And that's just to be advocates in the workplace and services on a range of health and wellbeing issues. And our aim is to have 10% of the workforce as wellbeing champions, stroke advocates. We'll be launching our financial wellbeing workshops for colleagues in the next few months. I say months, it should be next month. So we're hoping to go, that's a part that was missing. So we're pleased to announce that that's coming on board. And the menu of sessions will include what is budgeting and where to start, create your own budget planners, protect your money from scammers, teaching you and your children about concepts of money and saving and investments. We review the Join Up Care Derbyshire Wellbeing Offer partnership and usage while ensuring key council wellbeing themes are included for colleagues, which is just going on the back of what Liz said about the attendance management group. Review the usage data from EAP and Join Up Care Derbyshire. Embed our new internal wellbeing pages to support our colleagues and provide the tools needed to make healthy choices and continue to stay responsible for improving their own health and wellbeing. And a big one, continuing with the attendance group work and ensure managers are making progress against their action plans.
So this to draw in committee's attention to the recommendations in the report, asking them to note the update that we provided on the enhanced health and wellbeing offer and to our partnership with Join Up Care Derbyshire, and to note the episode in terms of 5-9 empty days lost for last quarter. Thank you, Chair, for any questions.
Thank you, Liz. Thank you, Golf. Absolutely, questions?
I've got a few, if you don't mind. Carl, on the EAP, I think I discussed on this at the last meeting regarding, obviously it says 96 counselling sessions were attended at the 256. Is that the 256 calls? Could that be multiple calls from one person? Or are they just registered as one call?
No, there could be multiple. So 256 is any call that's registered to the EAP from any colleague from Derby City Council.
Okay.
So that could be from a range of legal advice, whatever they want at that time. And it doesn't necessarily lead to a counselling session. That's a separate figure. 56 colleagues that attended counselling.
Okay, no problem. The app engagement, good news that it's high engagement, but so how are we measuring effectiveness and how it's, is it, despite it's being high, are we able to monitor how long people are sitting on the app for, what kind of service they're accessing or what kind of advice they're after?
We will be able to in the next data in February. So we've asked for that information because it's on the go. We don't know who they are because it's anonymised, as you appreciate.
Yeah, of course.
But we're looking at the usage of how many times somebody. So that usage of the 272 daily users.
Yeah.
What are they accessing on that we don't know that information at the moment.
Okay,
We're hoping to get that.
That's great. And just regarding the AP, are we seeing any trends in department job role emerging from support? Using the wellbeing support. Are we seeing a particular trend in one particular department accessing the service, or is it across the piece, whole council, and it's kind of like non-discriminate? Everyone's tapping into it as and when.
Unfortunately, because it's anonymised,
Right.
from the data, we don't.
So you don't
we
get
don't get that breakdown rightly so colleagues can access as and when. We only get to the 3 directors or chief exec, but we never report on that. But that's something I could do for.
No. I totally understand the anonymity. No, that's everything. Thank you, Carl. I really appreciate that.
If any data was accessed, people took confidence in using the system. It just failed to. Any other questions, councillors?
I've just got one on the attendance. Sorry.
Sure. No.
I think again, this is something that we have discussed historically. Do we know how we're benchmarking against other local authorities on this?
We're just going to undertake a piece of work on that very shortly, Councillor Swear. We haven't got the latest figures on that currently. So we're doing a piece of work, and we've actually linked it with East Midlands Council. So if you're ready to do a bit of that sort of peer benchmarking. So I would hope for the next report we'll get to find an update.
And sorry, I've got one more that's just come to mind. So how do we monitor the financial costs of loss of absences, in terms of like agency pay or agency temporary staff over time? Are we monitoring that? Is that information available to us as the committee to see how much it is costing us the amount of the FTEs that we have?
So the budget holders, the managers, know what the cost is because they're monitoring their budgets. And obviously, if, as you say, Councillor Smith, occasionally agency staff are engaged, sickness, not always, but sometimes, so the service will have to manage that and budget for whether they can, bring in agency cover if that's appropriate. We also monitor through our corporate delegate committee our agency spend across the council, so we do that quarterly with our trade union colleagues. But we work closely, as I mentioned, in terms of HR managers, in terms of managing their absence, and cost of absence obviously is monitored by individual managers because they're responsible for the budgets.
Okay, well, thank you.
Perhaps at a future meeting, we'll to see some of those figures. Maybe it's interesting, wouldn't it? Agency, really insult to anything. But if it's a lot of yours to access it, they're good. So,
Chairman, we'd be able to get that information because I think it'd be quite interesting to see if there's sort of correlations between absence in certain areas and sort of service delivery. Is what I'm thinking. So, I know that we've recently had a lot of issues around sort of like refuse collection and stuff like that.
The physical work.
Yeah, and I know that whenever I email them to say, well, I've got loads of blue bins that haven't been emptied, but the response tends to be, oh, it's because we've got a high level of absence this week or something like that. And I'm thinking, well, that will then have a knock-on effect and the cost. I think it'd be interesting if we can get that data.
It would be useful. Target certain areas where costs are escalated.
Yeah.
Do that with me, Chair. I know certainly managers who are bringing in agency staff on occasion of sickness absence do manage very carefully that cost.
So agency staff, when you get sick pay, then you do it.
Not good. Check.
That's good. I'll just make a couple of comments as well. I think it's certainly work when you look at people's health and well-being. You mentioned things like posture and breathing techniques. It is important. I'm leaning forward now. I used to work on the computer all day doing Microsoft AutoCAD's MicroStation. And in the end, I ended up with a bad back. It took a few months to go. Now I'm doing physical work again, so I'm up and about all day. So I don't get back now. But it was work related. It's my own fault. I'm not blaming work. It was me, not the posture not being correct. So just all of us being retrained a little and thinking about it all contributes to a healthier individual. It means a healthier workplace. And so it's good work. It really is. And the only other comment, it's more not a bit. Now, when we've got things like for instance, the employee assistance program, where it's first mentioned, it's then in brackets after EAP. Great. And then afterwards, it's all EAP. So if somebody picks this up at a later date and we know what it means. And then further down, we've got the join your care Derbyshire. But I don't think we have that in in longhand. So it's handy, wherever you see, the shorthand version. There's, on the first one, it's in full. It's useful. It's very nitty. Don't take it. You fail to check. All right, do that. Anything else on item 5? No. We'll move on to item 6 then. I believe that's Tanya, Lee, and Sue.
Thank you, Chair.
Thanks, Tanya.
Good morning, everybody, and thank you for the opportunity to bring the update to the Personnel Committee. So it's following the same lines as we usually do. So it's to provide an update on the apprenticeship programme, also to give some information on the approval of the Business Admin Level 2 or the next stages of that, and also to provide an update on the levy payments to date. So I'll move into supporting information. So as everybody is aware, our apprenticeship programme is designed and aligned with the council plan. And it is with the aim of addressing skills gaps, drive innovation and support and sustain a talent pipeline across the council and across the services and supporting colleagues across all services, including our maintained schools as well. So just to give you an overview of where we are at the moment, we are currently working in partnership with 22 training providers and who are delivering 36 different apprenticeships within the council. And currently we have 126 colleagues studying on apprenticeships and our maintained schools. And these programmes range from entry-level, level 2 programmes, right up to level 7 programmes, which will include degrees and professional qualifications, SITFA, social work degree, chartered managers, senior leaders, to name a few. So, and we are currently, as we always are, actively working with our services across the council to see how we can support to deliver the support and training need to develop individuals and the services. So that's where we are as an overview of the programmes we are currently engaged with. Also, you may be aware, I think most people in the room are aware, we also transfer our levy. Again, we're working with 15 local employers, and we currently have 31 individuals from those employers on, again, a varying range of programmes. And as I put in the report, it can range from accountants, brewers, engineers, and then we have trades, because we transferred to Derby Homes. So we have all the trades, plumbers, electricians. So there's a huge range there, a varying range of apprenticeships that we work with for our local employers. And this is something we've actively been doing now for a number of years. And we work in close collaboration with the regeneration team, the Derby Employment Hub, to identify local employers that we can continue to support. And also we work with our local training providers as well to see if they can put forward employers that we can support. So this is something we would definitely welcome the councillor's support on. If you do know of any local employers that are seeking to take on apprentices, it is always something that we can start to talk to them about to see how we could support with that funding. So if you do know of any employers, please let us know around that, because we do have quite a lot of our transfers still to use. So that I would really welcome that support. Thank you. Also, 4.1.3, I thought I would respond to a query that came up in the previous Personnel Committee meeting about the work that we do in the community to support awareness of our opportunities and also awareness of the council's wider opportunities. So I've put down here some of the events that we have attended already or will be attending in the near future. So I attended the Martin Luther King Day Apprenticeship and Careers event that was held at Derby College, and that was held on the 20th of January, and that was alongside some other large employers within the city, including Rolls-Royce, the NHS, the police, and that was really well attended. And actually there was apprenticeship opportunities, also job opportunities, and also support for young people to fill in CVs, interview practice, that type of thing as well. So it was very well received, and we worked alongside the Open Doors Forum to put that event on. So which, as I say, was very well attended and well received. Also, this was the Employment and Skills Hub. They hosted an event, a youth employment event, and that was on the 29th of January. And that was in Sunny Hill, in the Account Primary School in Sunny Hill, and that was funded by the Normanton Neighbourhood Board. And again, very well attended, very well received by the community. And the thought is that if we can continue to do this work with the resources that we have, because we do have obviously limited resources to get out into the community, but it is really beneficial to do that and really raises awareness. So we do try and pick the best events to attend so that we can get the widest spread. That leads me nicely on to the National Apprenticeship Week, which is coming up in February, 10th to the 16th of February. And the theme for this year, again, is Skills for Life. And the apprenticeship team, well, I say apprenticeship team, me, I will be attending 3 events this year now. I've had another one come onto the calendar. So I'll be going up to Buxton and Leek on Tuesday for the Buxton and Leek College up there in High Peak. On that Tuesday, I'll be going to Derby University on the 12th of February for the East Midlands degree apprenticeships, and then I'll be attending Derby College Roundhouse on the Thursday evening as well for the event there. So again, there will be lots of employers there and lots of other training providers there, and it's a great opportunity to get our opportunities out there to the community. And then last but not least, we've got the Community Apprenticeship Family event that will be coming up on the 23rd of February, and that's going to be held at the Indian Community Centre. So those are the events that are coming up in the next couple of months, or have been held over the last 2 months. So it's just to give you a flavour of how we reach out into the community to raise awareness of what opportunities are on offer, not only with us, but with our city employers. Also, we've had some really good news about the Business Admin Apprenticeship Standard. Councillors who've been attending this personnel committee for a long time will know in the past there used to be a level 2 apprenticeship standard, which was our entry level apprenticeship for a lot of our apprentices coming into the organisation. When the frameworks moved into standards, when we moved over to the levy, that level of apprenticeship disappeared. It was taken away by the then Institute for Apprenticeships and replaced with a level 3. Now, the level 3 is a very good apprenticeship, don't get me wrong, it is, but it is for people who've got a little bit of experience, not for your 16 to 18 school leavers.
That's more of a foundation.
Exactly. And the level 3 has got some supervisory elements to it. So it's not really an entry level position. So we, although we do bring in our level 3, what we've found is we're getting less candidates between the 16 to 18-year-old age group. So this is a huge step forward. That this has been a national lobbying across private and public sector to reinstate a level 2 business administration. So earlier this month, we had the go-ahead to go to the next stage. So the proposals have now been accepted by the Institute. So a Trailblazer group is now being put together with the aim of having the approvals gone through by September this year. So that's a real huge step forward, and I think it will be support not only ourselves, the council, but local employers and also the young people of the city for more opportunities out there. So then finally onto the levy payments. Again, this is the usual. So from April 17 to January 20th of this year, we have just put 5.6 million into our apprenticeship levy fund, the digital account. We have drawn down just over 3 million, 3.1 million for internal apprenticeships for our existing and new starters, colleagues. And we have transferred 389,000 to our local employers. So that leaves a balance of 1.4 million within our fund at the moment for us to use. And then I put a table in on page 4, just to give you a breakdown of what's been paid in year on year and what we've spent year on year. So you can see that breakdown there. So, and that's the end of the update. So thank you very much for the opportunity, and I welcome any questions.
Absolutely. Any questions? Alison?
Do you think you should get some apprentices to help you in your department?
I was trying to get to enroll some along the way. But yeah.
It's not fun.
Yes.
Yeah.
I was just interested in the youth employment event because it says it's funded by Neighbourhood Board, so I wasn't aware of it, for instance. So I just wondered if that would be possible for any councillor to do in their ward.
What at this
or was that a specific event just for that area?
What I can do is that was run by the Employment and Skills Hub, so I can ask the manager there to contact your councillor and have a conversation with you around that, because we supported that as an attendee rather than hosting it. So I don't know the details, but I'll get the manager to have a conversation with you.
Okay, it's just I remember being at secondary school and we had these employment events and they're very, very eye-opening and interesting when you're that age and you haven't got a clue what to do and everything like that. So if we can help, by funding something, would be a good idea.
Thank you. So I'll get the manager of that area to liaise with yourself.
Thank you. But for now, brilliant, as usual.
Thank you. Thank you.
More than this, yeah, I appreciate. I mean, it's good to have what councillor has asked for. And I would like, obviously, if you can, to email all of us.
Yes.
Yes, that'd be
good. It'd be great, and obviously then we could liaise with our councillors in the ward and have something happening with that. If we can have it now, it'll also be good now.
Yes, I'll ask that manager to contact all the members.
Yeah, fantastic. That's great. Thank you.
Any other questions? I've got it's a comment positive actually. This level 2 apprenticeship in business administration. Some of the 60 GCSEs might have done great. You don't always feel confident. So it's quite nice for some individuals to think, well, they're going over some of what they might know in level 2. But that doesn't matter. It reiterates it and reinforces it. And those that probably didn't quite make the mark have got a chance now as well. So it's a really good thing, I really do.
I think it will open up a huge opportunity for the younger people. Definitely.
Brilliant. So there was the recommendations then. Can I just ask your councillor?
It's just I don't know if it's the right thing done. If somebody's not done the right qualification,
yes,
and they still come on apprenticeship.
The barrier or the challenge is your maths and English. That's the challenge. A level 2 apprenticeship, what the government state issue at this current time, you have to have achieved a level 1 in functional skills before you can complete. And a level 3 apprenticeship or higher, you have to complete your functional skills level 2 before you can complete. That's how it stands at the moment. That is currently being looked at because it's been recognised that is a barrier to people coming on. And again, a challenge, particularly with youngsters at the moment where they may not have taken exams over the COVID period, and it's actually excluding a lot of younger people. So the policymakers, the institute and the government are looking at functional skill requirement, and potentially what's coming out from that at the moment is that it may be more applied to the actual qualification. So if it's an engineer, for instance, you do need that level.
Yes.
But if it's, say, somebody in catering, it may be around weights and measures, and it be focused your maths around your weights and measures, and that rather than having the functional skill, and that will be integrated into the course.
Yeah.
So that's what's being looked at, see if we can make that flexibility. So that's really the challenge. But we do have obviously an adult learning service which deliver functional skills, which can support people
I'll talk about 16-year-olds.
Yeah.
They're leaving school, they've not had good grades already, and they automatically go on to apprenticeship.
Some training, it depends on where they are when they come out with the qualifications, because some training providers won't take the people, because what they do is they do a skill scan when they first engage with the youngster. And if it's deemed that they have not got the knowledge to complete, they don't want set people up to fail, if you see what I mean. Yeah. So what they will suggest is they will go away and try and get the qualifications to get them up to the required level to enable them to study.
One other thing, whenever I see the apprenticeship, they're always in offices, like restaurants or something like that. You don't get anything in sports. People that like working in a sports centre or working in leisure services. You don't get that, is that?
We've had it in the past up at the arena. We've had some sports coaches on apprenticeships. We've also got 2 in the schools at the moment doing outdoor activities within the schools. So apprentices, and that's actually with the Kingsmead. So yeah. They are available.
Thank you, Jay.
Any other questions? Okay, so the recommendations then, if everybody's happy with 2.1, to note the updates on the council's 2.2 to note the information of the approval of the business administration level 2 apprenticeship, and 2.3 to note the levy payments made today and draw down for training programmes and expired funds as of the 20th of January 2025. Are we okay with that?
Yeah.
I didn't just ask for item 5 to approve the recommendations. I'm assuming nobody spoke up, so I approved.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you. Okay. That concludes the meeting.
Thank you.
The next meeting is on the 10th. Yeah, the 10th of April at 10:30. Again, somewhere in this building, likely.
Until next year.
Thank you.
Cheers, Jack. Thank you.
Thank you.